3, Newcastle 2, and Arsenal continue their winning run on their pre-season tour by dominating the ball against Newcastle and scoring 3 good goals. We're going to be talking about how Arsenal are playing, how they're looking towards for the season ahead. Obviously, Gyökeres was presented at the start of the game as well. You had wonderful performances from Martin Zubimendi and the ever-talented Max Dowman, who is looking like a real talent, people. We're going to get into all of that, take some calls as well with you guys today. I'm KJ, and this is the Football Terrace. Let's go. Yes, people. How are you all doing today? This fine Sunday afternoon. A little bit of preseason football for you. Arsenal playing against Newcastle, and it was a good game. And we're going to get into that in a moment here. But please, guys, make sure you are smashing the like button and you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. We need all your support to compete with the likes of the guys like at TalkSport and Sky Sports and all the mainstream media channels that you guys are sick of seeing. That's why you come to us, because we are the place to be. So I hope you guys are doing well. People in the chat, hope you're doing well. I see people in there. Mama Flossie, I am sorry that your beloved Newcastle wasn't able to get a win today. Some decent goals in there today for you guys, but it was not your day. We've got some real questions going on about Newcastle right now in terms of their summer transfer window, what will happen with them. But we're here to talk mainly about Arsenal, people, mainly about Arsenal. So guys, in the comments, let us know how you're feeling about the Arsenal game, because I thought that was a good game from both sides. For both sides, I think it was a good game. Very competitive, good energy. That will be very, very much needed for the season ahead, because the competition is going to be fierce up at the top. Up at the top, you've got Gyökeres coming into Arsenal today. I know Arsenal fans are very happy about that, seeing him with the players, seeing him with the squad, seeing him with Arteta and Berta. Must be really, really amazing for Arsenal fans right now. Must give you guys a big boost for the season ahead. But you've got Liverpool doing what they're doing. Looks like they're going to start Diaz. Does that mean Isak's coming in? They've already bought in Wirtz. They've already bought in Ekitike. You got Chelsea making moves. Looks like they're going to get Xavi Simons. And you got Man City as well, who've already made their moves with Cherky, Reinders, and everyone else in there as well. So it's going to be a exciting season. So I think, again, preseason is going to be important to get your team up to speed, to get your team ready for the season ahead. And if you guys start slow, if anyone starts slow in the title race, I think it's going to be one of those seasons that you might see someone drop out early if they do not keep up with the pace, because up there is going to be an absolute battle up there. You know what I'm saying, people? So, guys, make sure you're smashing that like button. But, Arsenal, let's get into this. Yeah, Arsenal. They're good. They're a good footballing team. Who knew? They have continued their winning streak, taking it up to 2 now in this preseason. And you're starting to see what can be possible with this Arsenal team. The amount of possession they had today was crazy. It was crazy. They had like 60-something possession. So I would say like 63% or something like that. But the way that they would just be keeping the ball, the way that they just creating opportunities, and the way that they would retain the ball and win the ball back was what I was impressed with the most from Arsenal today. Yes, they got caught out by an Elanga goal, which, to be fair, was not a finish that he was aiming for. He hit it with his right foot, bounces off his left, and it hits the post and goes in. So yeah, they got caught out there in the early part of the game, but they didn't let that phase them. They didn't let that get to their heads and didn't let that interrupt their game plan. They stuck to it, and they bore the fruits of their labor, because I thought, especially in that first half, they were definitely the better team. And you could see what they were trying to do on the ball. And I really liked the performance of Zubimendi. And you can see how he's going to be so key for this Arsenal team going forward, because when they have the ball going forward, when they have the ball, he is one of the guys that is breaking the lines from that deeper position. He's breaking lines with his passing. And then when the play is happening, if the attack breaks down, he's there. He's there to break up the play and retain the ball. And I think I'm really also impressed with the fact that he's press resistant as well, because he got pressed a few times in that game, and he dealt with that very, very well. He dealt that very, very well. And you've got the likes. Oh, he was playing against Marino, and he had license to go forward because you got Zubimendi there covering for him. But imagine him playing with Rice in that double pivot, with Rice being able to bomb forward and do what he's good at in the final third. It's gonna be dangerous. Zubimendi is a key player, in my opinion, for this midfield. And a lot of people were kind of bagging on Arsenal a bit for the signing. Oh, is he really that good? Why is it taking him so long to get a big move? Why is he chosen Arsenal over the likes of a potential Real Madrid or a potential Liverpool? Well, I think we're going to see that this season. And I think he's going to be a big part of that midfield. And for whatever success they try and get, whatever success that they may achieve, I think Mines would be a big part of that. And it'd be mainly because he's there being able to screen the defense, but also keep the ball well and do some wonderful line breaking passes. So yes, they stuck to its task. Zubimendi was brilliant in the first half, especially, and they kept going in, and they get their goal. They get their goal, and it was a good goal, to be fair. I need to remember who it was. It was Moreno. Yeah, it was Moreno. So yeah, a bit of pressing, win the ball back. Ball goes in, feet gets fed into Kai Havertz. Little bounce pass to Marino, who slots it home very, very well. And you can see Arsenal growing to even more, because as soon as after that, they get the ball out wide, the ball is whipped in. And I must say, I feel bad for that young Alex Murphy, because that was a fantastic finish. That was a fantastic finish for an own goal, and he belted that right into their own net. And I know he wasn't trying to; he was trying to clear that and take it out wide, or maybe turn it over the bar. But sometimes that happens in football. Sometimes when you're defending, it just doesn't go right, and he blasts that right into the back of his own net. But Arsenal could have got a third after that, straight after that as well. So they put on the gas in that first half after that first goal, after they finally got a breakthrough. So yeah, Arsenal were very good in that first half. Second half, again, they continued pretty well. I think that Newcastle wasn't as open in the second half. I feel like they had a better go of it in the second half, and obviously they got their goal by Jacob Murphy, which was really good. Hey, listen, you can't fault Arsenal for that goal, man. That was some brilliant individual brilliance from Jacob Murphy. He just puts in the back of the net. You can maybe say David Raya should do better with the shot, but from where he was, the players in front of him, it was crowded. He took the shot early, and he puts it in. He puts it in bottom corner. You got to respect it. But yeah, Arsenal, I think they're very good, and even with the changes, they were good. And we need to speak about him. We need to speak about him, because I've heard a lot of hype about him from Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans have been going on about this kid for a good solid year at least. And his name is Max Dowman. Max Dowman is absolutely insane. For a 15-year-old to do what he's doing is crazy. He's making pros, like grown men who are pros, who've been in the game probably longer than he's been playing football. He's making them look silly. He's just gliding past them like they're not there. He's holding them off, even though he's a young boy. And Arsenal have an exciting talent on their hands. His ability just to pick up the ball and drive with the ball no matter where he's on the pitch. He'll do it on the left. He'll do it on the right wing. He's right wing today. He'll do it on the right wing, but he also can do it in the center of the park. He had a nice run for a shot that that Pope had to tip wide, and then they change goalkeeper, and then he does it again. He takes another shot, forcing Roddy to make the save. And when you see a young player do something, but they do it consistently in a game, you can see you've got a talent on your hands. Because he wasn't just a flash in the pan. Okay, he got a shot off. He was because he had enough time to do so. He was creating that time for himself, and he's doing that consistently. He was a danger for the entire time he was on that pitch. And Arsenal already have Wanyeri, who was really, really good at 15 years old. He obviously got his debut at 15 years old, and he's also a special talent. But if we're comparing them both at 15, I think Max is better. At 15, I'm not saying that completely better than Wanyeri because he's in the first team. He's going to get more minutes than him. He's adjusted to men's football probably quicker because he's in the team, right? But if both at 15 years old, both of them, from what I've seen, I think Max is better. I think Max Dowman is better. And Arsenal need to make sure that they tie this kid down because he is a gem. He could be, listen, people say it's early to make these calls, but he could be generational. He could be. Listen. You could say I'm going early, but he could be generational. I don't know what's happening with these 15-year-olds right now. You've had the likes of Yamal, obviously Wanyeri had a good stint when he's at 15 years old. But Max Dowman, man. Woo! Oh, it's just the ease. It's just the ease that he has on the pitch. He's not struggling to get beat men. You know when you got some young players or some players in general, and it's like they're struggling to get past the guy. Like they're not the ball forward, and it's like you see them full on, like using all of their energy. Max just pushes it past them, and he's gone. And I wouldn't say Max is lightning quick either. He's not one of those guys who's absolutely rapid, but when he's with the ball, he glides. When he's got the ball at his feet, he's gliding past players. He's probably quicker with the ball than he is without it. It just feels like one of those players, you know? And if he was playing for like a Barcelona, the hype would be real. Obviously, we've seen what Yamal was doing at 15 years old, 16 years old. The hype there. Hey, listen, Arsenal fans, I need you to protect him, okay? I need you to protect him. I need Arsenal Football Club to protect this young man because it'd be easy to now thrust him into the limelight, get him starting playing games as much as like Yamal did at a similar age, and you can burn him out, and you can put too much weight of expectation on him, and you can just fill his head with delusion that he's already made it. He hasn't made it yet. He's 15 years old. He's got a long career ahead of him before he can say he can made it. He's made it. So you need to protect this guy. You need to protect this young kid. Because I'm telling you now, you have got potentially one of the best players in the Premier League on your hands right now. Him partnered with Wanyeri is going to be scary. If you can find a way to have Wanyeri and Max Dowman on the pitch at the same time as they grow older, it's not looking nice for other teams, man, because those are two talented players that Arsenal have got. And it's up to now Arteta and Berta and all of the Arsenal team, like the backroom staff, the senior players in the squad, to help nurture these young guys, to help mature these young guys, get them mentally ready, get them physically ready, get them emotionally ready for what it takes to play for a big team. Because Arsenal fans, they can be relentless. We've seen it like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It weren't looking good. But you guys are in a good place now, and now is a perfect time for the likes of Dowman and Wanyeri to come through. So I really do hope you guys protect him because he's a special talent, man. He's a special talent. I hope, you know what? As a United fan, I would love to do like a Chido Obi or Aiden Heaven and tech them, man. You know what I mean? I would love to do it, but I don't see that happening. But yeah, he's a special talent, and Arsenal fans enjoy him, man. Enjoy him, protect him, and do all of that. One thing I do want to say about Arsenal, though, during this game, the more I watch you play, the more it becomes glaringly obvious that you need a new left winger. Now, Trossard did okay. Trossard did all right. There's sometimes he had some good moments, but there was other times where you needed a bit more from him, and he just wasn't there. The speed on that he has, I don't think is enough for what you guys need. And then you bring on Martinelli, and he's faster than Trossard, but is he got the enough end product to surpass him? You guys have been screaming for a left winger for a while now, and I understand why. Because if you look at across the pitch, you've got you now got your striker, you've got Saka, who is always consistent. You've got a midfield now, which you should be very happy with Zubimendi. You got Rice and you got Odegaard in there. Wanyeri can fit in there as well. Your backline, obviously, is probably one of Arsenal's best parts of the team. We know the backline's real good. And you got I say two solid goalkeepers. Kepa has changed. You know, Bournemouth Kepa was good. Chelsea Kepa, not so much. So we'll see which Kepa turns up in these games for Arsenal. But you know you've got David Raya, who's also consistent. That left-hand side is a glaring hole, which Arsenal need to fill. Now, could that be Eze? I think it could be. But with Eze, how much is the tactics going to change? Because he's not an out-and-out wide winger. He's not a touchline winger. He likes to come inside. He likes to create. He's naturally a number 10. How would that work with someone like Lewis Skelly, who likes to come inside, be part of the midfield from left back? So I think there'll be some tweaking there. So Eze could be a solution. If Arsenal could go out, and listen, if they could go out and get a Rodrigo, if they can go out and even get a Rafael Leao or someone in that kind of mold, I think Arsenal will be as complete as they could be for trying to challenge for the Premier League. They just need to get that hole sorted. I don't know how to fix it. I like the idea of Eze. I like what they're trying to do. I don't think it'll be complete failure because of tweaks they'll have to make. Managers have to make tweaks all the time. I'm pretty sure Arteta will adapt. I'm pretty sure the Arsenal players will adapt to having a player like Eze outside on the wing. But they need to get someone in. They need to get someone in. I know Nani Madueke has come in, but you don't want him to be a starting left winger. You want him to come in for Saka. You want him to come in maybe on the left in certain games, but you don't want him there starting there week in, week out. You're gonna need that final piece. I think you need that final piece to complete your team, and then you just gotta go for everything. And you have to win trophies this year. It's not a question about it. It's a must. It is a must. It is a do or die this season for Arsenal, especially with the players you've signed. You've signed 6 players in the window before the season started. Before the season has started, you've signed 6 players and looking to sign another one. So you could have potentially 7, maybe even 8 players in for the transfer window for Arsenal. That is, again, we haven't seen Arsenal do that in a long time. They are gearing themselves up to become winners. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time for Arsenal to rise. Because if it's not going to be now, when the team is like this, when is it going to be? That is what I want to know. When is it going to be? It's time to rise. And I think they will rise. I reckon Arsenal win 1 trophy this year. I can't tell you which one. Premier League is going to be difficult because of how many teams that are so good in the league this year. Champions League is doable. Champions League is doable. Yeah, you could do Champions League. But again, the English teams are going to be fired up. We don't know which Real Madrid we'll see this year with Xabi Alonso coming in and trying to put his fingerprint on this squad that Real Madrid have. And obviously, you've got the big PSG. You got PSG, who are considered, I think, the best team in the world right now. I know they didn't win the Club World Cup, but for me, they're the best team in the world right now. You got them to compete with, and you also got Barcelona, who will be looking for revenge for how they went out in the Champions League last season. And with the likes of Rashford joining and whatever other signings they will make, they're going to come again. The FA Cup is very doable, and the Carabao Cup is very doable. I think Arsenal will win a trophy this year. Can I predict which one? I can't predict which one. I reckon, I'm going to try it. I reckon you win the FA Cup this year. I know Arsenal have a special relationship with the FA Cup. They, like Twisted Bell saying the FA Cup is light work. Yeah, Crystal, fair play to Crystal Palace. It was light work for you guys in the end. I think they'll do the FA Cup. Yeah, someone, hey, listen, you can clip me. Hey, this is from an Arsenal fan. Clip me. I think Arsenal can win. I think they'll win the FA Cup because they need to win something. And the FA Cup was Arteta's first trophy. It's the trophy I think you've won the most. I think you've won the most in England potentially. I'd have to check that. Let me just quickly check that. Who has won the most FA Cups? It is Arsenal. Yes, it is Arsenal with 14. I thought so. Man United behind them by 1 with 13. So I think Arsenal can do that. But this is the question here. It's like from Nomad. Is the FA Cup enough for Arsenal in the place that they're at? Right now. Is it enough? I don't know. It depends how close you are in the league and how close you come to winning the Champions League to say if an FA Cup is enough. In my personal opinion. But winning nothing cannot run. Winning nothing cannot run because you guys are good enough. Arsenal are 100% good enough. And the signings you've made are good enough to get Arsenal winning a trophy. Right, guys, I want to go to your call soon. I'm going to put the comments. I'm going to put the link into the chat. So call in now, people. Get into the StreamYard. I'll get you on. Give me your views on Arsenal's win against Newcastle. Give me your views on how you feel about Arsenal's season going ahead, especially with the likes of Gyökeres coming in. He's taking the number 14 shirt. He's serious. He has the mentality to take on the pressure. He wants to carry you guys over the line. How you guys feeling? Man like Luke Skywalker here saying, hit the like chat. Come on, you gooners. Make sure you are hitting that like button, people, and make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. Oh, look who it is. This guy I call Matt. Hope you're doing well, kiddo. Hope you're doing well. Matt says here, we need to protect Max, but how can you keep locked? How can you keep locked when he does stuff against Champions League teams, completely rinsing Joe Linton, also Zubimendi equals class? The way you keep him locked is by just bringing him into the squad, not playing him, taking him out, make sure he's playing under 21s football, maybe bring him in for the cup games. You just can't let him feel like he's made it. You can't make him feel like he's made it, because that's when he will go downhill. It's all about this. It's all about mentality. The talent is there. We don't need to worry about the talent. He will develop that over the years. I'm sure of it. But it's about this. It's about how mature is he gonna become, how mentally resilient he's going to become towards bad times. That is what Arsenal need to work on with him. And I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. I'm sure Max Dowman will be a big player for Arsenal. I have no doubt about that whatsoever. Rahman says Rodrigo is the final piece for Arsenal, but he will cost a lot. That is true. He will cost a lot of money. Rodrigo will cost a lot of money. But with the way that Arsenal are playing, with the where they're at, it's a risk that they should take. Now, I don't know if Arsenal have the money right now, but if they can somehow get a sale from the likes of, I don't know, Trossard, Zinchenko, I don't know who else is up for sale at Arsenal. If you get some good money, maybe Martinelli, maybe a cheeky Martinelli on the chopping block. Get him a move somewhere. Maybe that's enough to get Rodrigo over the line. Okay, just stop trying to be Terry with your presenting style. Be your own man and relax more. You're an absolute top bloke, and I always like what you do at the channel. To be fair today, Chris, I will be fair to you today. It's not me trying to be Terry with my presenting style. I am exhausted. I was up until 3:30 watching Man United and talking about the game afterwards. So if I'm not my usual self, it's not because I'm trying to be someone I'm not. I am just tired, and the energy that I have is not fully there. You know, is not fully there. But I appreciate the love. I appreciate the feedback. But do not worry, it's not due to me trying to be Terry. I'm going to sleep after this. I would absolutely love to get some rest. Went church this morning as well. Good service, good time with friends. But yeah, 3:30 sleep and waking up at like 8:30. Don't do me well, my brother. Don't do me well. All right, we got some callers, people. We have some callers. Here we go. Ninja, what's up, Ninja? KJ needs to stop gaslighting us with dominating when the stats were 50-50. We ain't stupid. Listen, bro, if you don't think you dominated Newcastle, fine. But the way you was moving the ball, the way you was controlling the game, to me, that is a dominating, especially with the first half and your first team players playing together. When the kids came on and you made like a bag of substitutions, yeah, the stats might have changed. But when we saw the serious team out there, you guys were dominating. You guys were dominating. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, well, you want to do this? Let's look at the stats. So yes, it was 52% possession in Newcastle's favor, but Arsenal had 15 shots, 7 on target. Newcastle had 13 and 6, right? But if you look at when Arsenal were winning 2-1, the stats were heavily in Arsenal's favor. Things do. This is the thing with preseason. As soon as you start changing, the first team players start putting all the kids on, maybe start putting some fringe players on. When you start getting a team out, a lineup on the field that don't really play much together, have not really experienced playing with each other together, yes, it's easy for the opposition to start getting more shots, getting more possession, try to get more passes. That's preseason. But what I saw when Arsenal had their main team out there, they were dominating. That's just my opinion. If that's not your opinion, fair enough. But I think you guys were dominating. I think you dominated. That's just me. All right, we're gonna go to your calls now, people. We got man like Cal on with me now. Cal, my brother, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? It's a pretty okay game. I think I'm still slightly annoyed that we had to play Newcastle just because of how physical they are. It's just a rough game, and Saliba and Calafiori's kind of I think they came off injured, and they said when Saliba came off, he's kind of went like he wasn't even sitting on the bench. He went down the tunnel. So I really hope he didn't pick up an actual injury there, because that's going to be a big problem. But other than that, I think this game we played better than the previous one. I think Zubimendi starting, the pace of our build up and everything like that was just way better, especially in that first 20-30 minutes. We were just way more decisive with our passing. We're just moving the ball around much quicker, and we weren't just spraying it right like we usually do. It was actually going left and right. So Zubimendi, I think he's fantastic. He's one of the bright lights of this preseason game. He's just a fantastic player. And just wanted to point out as well that we actually didn't even play our starting midfield much in this today. I think we played Odegaard, Zubimendi, and Rice for like 15 minutes in the second half. 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm still not too sure what that's actually going to look like. Because in the first I feel like when we started to concede, it's because we have Mikel Moreno in that left 8 position, and he just does not do the recovery runs and like what Declan does, because Declan will save us from a lot of those counters because of how our left back likes to invert. So I think that's I don't think Mikel Moreno is going to be. He just doesn't do the same things that Declan Rice does. And Waneri, he looked okay. I still think he just doesn't look. He still needs to get settled in that 10 position. There were moments where he looked really good, but I still think he just needs more time to bake. And that's why this Eze signing, if we do get him, is probably going to be way more important than people think. Because I don't think Waneri is good enough at the moment to just be full cover for a starter. Like, if Odegaard gets injured, I don't think we can just throw Waneri in there and say, "Hey, you're starting for Arsenal, go win us a title." I don't think that's going to work. I think he still needs a bit more development. Miles Lewis-Kelly, he also doesn't look himself the past 2 games. I don't think he's probably just needs to get back into fitness and get back into training, you know?
Yeah, I think those two had Ranieri and Lewis Skelly. They played a lot of football. Lewis Skelly in particular played a lot of football last season as their breakout seasons as well. I think it's very normal for young players to feel some kind of fatigue. And even like things like players sussing them out a bit more, because I'm pretty sure Newcastle have studied Arsenal a bit more than Lewis Skelly might have predicted. And he will be a player that they looked at me like, look, when he plays, this is his strengths and weaknesses. So he's going to have to start to learn how to adapt to players knowing what he does. But I think you're right with like someone like Waneri. I think bringing in Eze to help guide him, help give him some cover as well. And Odegaard, who's already there, I think will help him out a lot. But talking of young players, my friend, talk to me about Max Dowman. Talk to me about
Max. My only fear of Max Dowman, we just need to make sure he doesn't leave. Like, that's like, this kid is insane. Like, what he's doing on there, because I was hearing the hype. Because I'm an Arsenal fan, so I hear the hype, but I didn't watch him. It wasn't that deep for me. So he played last game, and it was like, wow, this kid is good. He was even more impressive today. Like, the way he moves with the ball, it's like he doesn't slow down with it. Like, he's not that fast, but he doesn't slow down when he has the ball. He's also able to move left and right extremely quickly, so he can turn with the ball full sprint, and that's how he drew up Joelinton. So, and his decision making is good. His shots are good. Like, he wants to shoot, he wants to score. He's the one that won us the penalty, So, and like when he came on the pitch and then he dropped Joelinton and he's like got scraped in the face because he just did him like his second touch of the game was like dropping a 29-year-old on their ass. Like, that's the first thing he did as soon as he came on the pitch. So Max is he's something special. And I think I just found out that his dad's a season ticket holder for the Arsenal, so hopefully he has a very strong influence on his son, and he just stays in.
I truly, like, unless Arsenal cock up the negotiations and not give him enough money or not give him enough squad status, I cannot see Max Dowman leaving Arsenal anytime soon.
He looks like the most technical player on the team. It's kind of crazy.
Like, I don't think we've seen. Obviously, you had Ranieri come through last season, and when he got his debut as well. But I don't know. Like, there's something about Dowman. I just feel like he could be better.
I
He,
think I
I
think he
think he could
probably
be.
is. I think he plays like he's 24. Like
Mm,
he just feels too relaxed, and his decision making is way too good. And he plays like he's not trying to impress. He's just
yeah,
making the right decisions. You know what I mean? So he's taking on his man when he needs to. He's making the overlapping runs when he needs to. He's passing back when he needs to. He's not trying to impress anyone, but he's just better than everyone else when he steps on the pitch. So
yeah,
yeah,
and I don't know when the last time we've had academy players like this. I don't recall Arsenal using their academy like, or they do use their academy, but not having such talents come through. You had obviously
yeah,
had Jack
Haaland's
Wilshere come
cooking.
through. Yeah, you had Jack Wilshere come through, but obviously he had his injury problems. Like players like Joe Willock tried to break through, couldn't really break through. Who else have you had recently?
Um,
Um,
uh, Nelson was supposed to be like the new a wonder
yeah,
kid.
yeah,
Like he was
there we go. Yeah,
supposed,
Reece
but
Nelson,
he never really lived up.
Emil
You
Smith
know?
Rowe as well. Like he's
Yeah,
another
Emil.
one that
Yes.
was supposed to
Yeah.
break through, but injuries.
Yeah.
So you've had young players coming through, but not quite making it. But the like Nketiah as well.
Yeah. And yeah.
But the likes of Dowman, the likes of Wanyeri, the likes
Like
of
every
Lewis
generation seems to
Kelly.
be getting better and better. So you
Yeah,
got like Nelson, and then you got Saka and Smith Rowe and Ketia, and then you go down again, and then you get to like these like MLS and Waneri, and then you go down again, and it's Max
yeah,
Dowman and
Max
Edge.
Salmon and
Each generations,
Salmon looks like a good player as
yeah,
well. So you
yeah,
now going through a period where you've got like
yeah,
a new batch of academy players coming through
yeah.
that can be very useful for your team, and that could save Arsenal millions and millions
And I
of
think
pounds.
that's low key. I think that's probably why we weren't pressed about getting players like Gyökeres, and that's probably why we're not pressed about getting players like Eze as well, because by the time they finish, like you sign them on 5-year contracts, by the time they're finished, these new batch of kids are ready to kind of step up. And some things no one's really talking about is we've actually been looking at a lot of like 18, 19-year-olds from the championship and from other leagues. We're trying to sign them as well. So we're trying to stock up on like young talent, whether it is for the first team or whether we just want to, increase like Salomon or whatever we're doing. But I think we're focusing on focusing on young talent as well. So yeah, it's really exciting to be an Arsenal fan at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how you guys do in the leagues. I mean, interesting. We got Daniel coming on with us now. Daniel, you got a 3-2 win. Max Dowman's shining. Zubimendi is looking class. How are you feeling after that performance?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. So I want to start with the negatives because I'm one of those negative fans. I want to start with the negatives. Yes. So Martinelli.
Yeah,
Martinelli. That's a very big problem for us. We need to upgrade on that left wing. We need a massive upgrade. So and I don't even think Eberichi Eze is suited personally, in my opinion, for that left wing. I believe a winger like Rodrigo would do, but I would love to see Eze play centrally. So the difference between our right wing and left wing is just so glaring. You can see it. The left wing, he had a couple of one-on-ones today, Martinelli running. He just looks finished. I'm not really impressed, and it's been 2 years now. It's of giving him leeway, of giving him grace. It's been 2 years, and then that's my only negative. I'll move to the positives. Martin Zubimendi. This is a baller. And Thomas Partey always gave us he always had a right hand side bias. He was
yeah.
always biased the right hand side. But you can see Zubimendi, he combines on the left, he combines on the right, he even helps when we are attacking. So he's going to be very crucial for us. He's going to be very, very crucial. So overall, the game was okay. Everyone played well. It's a friendly, you can't really judge. It's a preseason friendly, you can't really judge. But you see Max Dowman, you see that kid, wow, he's going to be very special. He's a special kid. That is the reason I'm so pissed that we signed Madueke. Nothing against Madueke, nothing against him, but why? Why? Just why?
Now
Why?
we can't put Max Dowman in that position, man. We can't tell a 15-year-old be cover for Saka. Like that's nuts. We'll kill him. We'll kill him if we do that.
No, but
We
what
need
I'm
to
saying is
protect
that
him.
we had Wanyeri who was doing well last season. He covered up for Saka. He did pretty well. So Madueke was not a priority for us. He wasn't, because the 50 million spent on Madueke definitely will deprive us of getting a winger. You know Arsenal, you know them. They wouldn't get a right winger because of that signing. The same way Havertz limited us. That's just probably, I don't have a personal issue with the players per se. Havertz, still today, we are still suffering from the signing of Havertz. Not because he's a bad player. He's okay, he has done well, pretty well for us. But that signing, putting him on the highest wages, is going to it's limiting us now. It's limiting us. So you can see the Arteta his decision making sometimes is so I don't know, man. He's a good coach. He has done well for us, but his decision making very important. You know when Liverpool signed Van Dijk and Alisson, that window was a turning point window for them. And that window for Havertz and Declan Rice, that was a shit window, man. Havertz, wow. We needed someone to take us over the line. So I'm very impressed with the game today. And Victor Gyökeres, that's that. I couldn't have asked for better. I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm happy,
That
man.
being said, Daniel, how do you think Arsenal would do this season? Now that you've got the players that you feel like have been able to cover some of your holes.
Right now, I still think we're gonna finish third. I want to be honest with you right now, but adding Eze changes everything. That left wing is dead. I'm really worried about the left wing and the love for this Martinelli guy. I don't know where it's 2 years. He's I'm short of words. I don't even know. You can see it when you see him play. You just see his head is always down. His decision making is poor. He's just quick, but he's not really giving. Imagine you had a Rodrigo on that wing. Just imagine it. Imagine Rodrigo has one-on-one opportunities like Martinelli today. It's a different game. Now, it takes defenders away from Saka. Imagine you just had Rodrigo. You don't even know if you're doubling up on Rodrigo. You don't know if you're doubling on Saka. And then Gyökeres, it's there. We are going to be dangerous. Let's not fuck up this window. Let's just get that right winger.
I don't think we get Rodrigo. I think we get either Eze or Leao. I think it came out that we are. The reports came out that said, pardon?
Okay, I don't have a problem with Leao. I just need the right winger who makes the right decisions. I don't have a bias towards any player. I just want any right winger with a good decision making elevates us massively.
Yeah, because it's clearly the biggest problem, and it's glaring. And when Martinelli's on the pitch, he looks out of place because we actually have quality all over the pitch. We have quality everywhere. Even if you don't like Kai, he's still useful.
Yeah.
So he's the guy that did the layoff, so Marino scored. So I know his salary isn't good, and he's so frustrating, but he still gives me something. You know, he's a guy who whipped the cross in so they scored the own goal.
Own goal, yeah.
So he does things for me. But Martinelli, I feel like he feels like he doesn't do anything for me personally. He just looks out of place.
Yeah, Martinelli is definitely someone you need to upgrade. If you can do it this window, I'll be very intrigued to see if you do and how you do. Eze is going to be interesting. Leao, I think. If you can get over the fact that Leao is not a track, he's not a track back. He doesn't track back. He's not defensively. He's not doing the running. If you get over that and just get him on the ball, running at defenses, I think you guys would be happy with that kind of style of winger. But we'll see how you guys deal with that. We got
Arteta isn't getting Leao. He is a defensive manager. He isn't. He can't. My manager loves to defend. He defends first. He loves to defend. Nah. But I would love us to really upgrade our right wing because it changes everything for us. You get a good right winger, and then we look dangerous all over the pitch. Dangerous all over the pitch.
Yes, I feel you, man. I feel. I got a comment here, which is I find quite funny and amusing. Arsenal beat Newcastle when it didn't matter. Newcastle beat Arsenal when silverware was on the line. I know who had the better outcome. Hey, listen. We will see how Newcastle do next year. We'll see how they do it because there's a.
Better hold on to Isak.
There's a comment from, I forgot the story actually. I need to go find it again. There's a comment from Eddie Howe that's come out about Alexander Isak. And we can just get into that before we close. Where is it now? Here we go. Eddie Howe on chances for Isak to join Newcastle squad on tour next week. No chance. He also said here, we're not deluded.
Chance.
We know we need to bring players in. We know that. We know what we wanted. It's been a challenging window. So essentially, Eddie Howe is admitting that, listen, we are having a tough window. Isak is not going to be joining us. He doesn't know if he's going to get any more.
Dude, why would he say that? Why doesn't he just do the Arteta thing and just play dumb? You know? Like,
listen, I don't really care what managers say, to be fair. Well, I do, but not as much as like some fans. He will say what he wants to say, right? It's about the club and how they move and how they handle this situation going forward. He could say Isak's 100% staying. And if he doesn't stay, then he looks dumb. He says they leave. He says that he's leaving, and he doesn't leave, and he stays, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Eddie Howe's amazing because he got him to stay." You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what they say; it's about how the club deal with that. But guys, it's been a wonderful show. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday evening. I'm gonna go and probably sleep because I've been lacking that. But congratulations to Arsenal on their preseason win. Big season ahead, people. Big season ahead. More season games is coming up. We will be live for those games as well. We're going to have Spurs and Arsenal coming up next week on Thursday. I know that one's going to be a good game. You're going to have Man United games coming up. Liverpool. I don't know when Chelsea and I don't know when Man City are back. But
wait, Manchester United playing Liverpool preseason?
No, we'll have Manchester United games, and then we also be reacting to Liverpool games. That'd be crazy. Yeah, like we're not playing. Oh, we couldn't play them right now. It wouldn't be nice. It would have been nice. But yes, make sure you stay tuning in into the Football Terrace for all of those preseason games. We'll be reacting to them all, guys. Terry will be. Okay, I'm not going to promise this to you, but Terry should be back later. Terry should be back later with some content, whether that is live or pre-recorded. Make sure you stick around. And see with that later on today. Guys, remember to like the video, like the stream, and subscribe to the Football Terrace. That would be much appreciated. Thank you, Cal. Thank you, Daniel. Guys, call in again. I've really enjoyed our conversation. Until then, make sure everyone has a good time. Enjoy Gyökeres. Enjoy your preseason games. Enjoy the sun. And I'll see you next time. Peace.